All right, let's talk about the lunge. So, working on some single leg strength, and we want to make sure that we have good positioning for the knee. So, let's go over some basics of the lunge and some modifications if you're not quite ready for lunging. So, we're going to talk about it from a reverse lunge today. So, if you're in an environment that you can have your shoes off, I like doing lunges without the shoes on. It just gives a little bit more awareness of what's happening at the foot. You can kind of grip those toes down, help activate the arch of the foot a little bit better as well. So, standing nice and tall, I'm going to step 1 foot back, and we're going to think about lowering the back knee down, keeping that shin vertical. So chest nice and tall. I'm bringing that back knee down and keeping that front heel planted. Okay, so I'm almost a little bit too narrow here. Can you see how this knee wants to track forward? So we want to keep it straight up and down. And I'd like to have that back knee so that when it's down, there's just a slight opening of the hip. So if I'm definitely too narrow, then this knee shoots forward and now there's no opening through this hip. So it's really awkward position. So again, I'm going to step back, control that knee, lowering it straight down to the floor. And now to come up, I like to pretend I'm on the beach. I like the beach for vacations and whatnot. So if I'm on the beach, I'm going to imagine I'm trying to make a nice big footprint into the sand with that front foot. So I'm going to think about driving my heel to kind of pull me up and forward, but not lifting the toes up as I do so. So I'm pushing that big toe down, helps engage the whole arch of the foot. And now I'm going to pull through that front heel to drive up and forward. Alternating legs, back and down, driving tall, up and forward. So you got to kind of make that call. I call them like, reverse giant steps. If you don't quite feel ready to lower that knee all the way down, or you just step back, still practicing that forward pull the front leg, long step back, front shin still stays vertical, heel drives down, up and forward. Okay. Couple things also that we see people do that we don't ideally want to see is letting the knee drop in. So you don't want this knee to drop in. Again, straight up and down, good control, up and forward. All right. So if you're not quite ready for lunges, you could do the step ups. Had a video on that earlier in the week, whether you have a box or a low step. Just kind of doing some single leg work there, keeping the hips nice and level, and or those giant steps that I just showed. So back, just kind of coming down as far as you're comfortable if you want to start to go into a lunge, but watching that positioning throughout. Okay. All right, so those are some basics of the lunges, working on that reverse position, driving that front heel, watching that position of the knee, and call it through the chest. If you want to hold weights for the lunges, a couple of different options. You can hold it up at the chest, one weight underneath the chin. You could hold one weight in each hand up at the shoulders, or you could hold weights down at the side. Whether you even it out, holding equal weights on same sides, opposite sides, excuse me, or it's also totally appropriate to do like a suitcase lunge where it's like uneven weight, and then that forces a little bit more stability through the midline. So plenty of options. Take care of your knees, build good strong legs, and hope to see you in sessions.